Go! All right. It is Monday. What's up, everybody? We are kicking off a fresh week. I am pumped and ready to roll, feeling refreshed and just ready to kick some ass this week. I hope you guys ready to kick some ass this week too. Lino Vincent, Q Oys, B Frazier, Lucy Anders, Powdered Sugar. Great to see you guys over on D Live in the mosh pit. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. What's up, Joe? Holding it down there on Rumble all by your lonesome. Appreciate you, though, for all that you do. Hit that thumbs up button over there if you haven't already. Share the link. You guys know the drill. Big shout out to all of our friends hanging out in the comfy bunker on pilled.net. What's up, guys? Hope you're all having a great Monday. Jump into chat, say hi so I can give you all a shout out. Then we'll get going officially at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Let's see. Delia in there first. Good to see you, Delia. Hope all is well. Getting our week started here. Floyd, due diligence. What's up? Joe Elaine, of course, keeping the chat super comfy. Again, thank you, Joe. Patriot 714 out there. Good to see you, buddy. And Floyd with a manic Monday cookie. Day is getting better. DSY getting better. Yeah, everything seems to be moving in a good direction, I feel like. Thank you, Floyd, for getting us started, breaking the ice with that cookie there. Dig one deeper, or what's going on? Great to see you. Facts, not fear in the house again. Good to see you. Facts, not fear. And who else? Who else? R. Harrell, what's up, R. Harrell? Great to see you as well. Barb Robbins in the house. Cali Patriot 14. Welcome, Tweety 52, and my man Molan Labe Kaiman over in South Africa tuning in. Shout out to you and all of our other Patriots tuning in abroad. Love to see it. Miss Fortune, Snow Bunny 68. Good afternoon, Mr. Gerardo. We got Gilligan's out there, HL Paco, and Braves Piano hooking us up with a cookie, a little sugar rush to start the week. Much, much appreciated. Let's see, Cynthia, good to see you. Nezercat checking in from Wyoming. What's up, Nezercat? Hope you're doing well. Jay, what's up, Jay? Pip's mom also checking in from across the pond over in Wales, UK. What's up, Pip? Dizzy Rocket in Manchester. Man, we got all of our friends from around the world hanging out with us. Love to see it. Kim, Iowa. Great to see you as always. And who knows, Ukrainian assassin, CIA flunky. Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's see. Glenna Riggleman, what's going on? There's Lyle and Jenny. Curious one. What's up, guys? Hope your week is off to a great start, too. Always great to see you in the chat. Range Pony, good to see you. Mikey Baseball hanging out with us today. What's up, Mikey? We got Norm, Hang 10, Alien Surfer, and Eagle Freedom out there as well. Mike the Madman, great to see you. Kim Iowa with another globalist down. Soros next. Yeah, I saw something. A Rothschild died, right? We another demon returns to hell. What can I say? I don't know the details or anything yet, but not gonna mourn too hard over the loss of a Rothschild. Maurice Popcork, what's going on? And who else we got out there? Target Driver says, looks like you've escaped. Welcome back. I don't know if I escaped, but I had a good weekend and I feel refreshed and energized and I'm just in a good mood today. So thank you, Target Driver, for the cookie. Boys Blanc, thank you for the cookie. Spiky 999 in the house. Great to see you, my friend. And Laura Y repping the 412. Let's go, Laura. We got, is that everybody? Where are we at? Where are we at? Jacob Rothschild. Jacob Rothschild. Down and out, huh? Well, like I said, hard to be too upset. Vanita 71, what's going on? Russian bot, great to see you. Another one will pop up. Yeah, no shortage of globalists, unfortunately. Drag Quarters, great to see you, Drag Quarters. Hope you're having a good start to your week. Here we go. We got some friends only over on what do you call it? On Rumble. We got only oneers, and then we got Skyworks, Martin 37, UK Patriot, great to see you out there as well. Spiky double dipping as usual. Tammy, what's up? Tammy 22 in the house. Good to see you. And there's Pinata just wrapping up his show, hosting us over on the D Live. Adel, do you allow a link? I just went live with the website for a day of prayer for DJT on his birthday. Yeah, you can drop links in the chat all you want. Powdered sugar, you should get over on Pilled and drop it there where more people will see it. That's what I would do. I would drop it over there. Because we only get about 30, 40 viewers on D Live anymore, but Pilled.net is where it's at for that kind of thing. Zenit, good to see you. Thumper Rose in the house. We got Always in Texas, FVT, Russian bot out there, Cap1Q, 2A Freedom Rider checking in, repping the 412. Let's go. There's Frogger12. Great to see you, Frogger. Sammy Lou, CK Whitehorse in the house, Flawless in USA, Band Mom, Texas, Cycle Chris, Wisconsin. What's up, guys? Paul Thaddeus, Big Willie, the Gray Man, Lizzie B, Patriot Drummer. What's going on? Incorruptible Guardian. Welcome. Jen Barrier out there as well. The First Branch, great to see you. There we go. You can always tell when Pinata's show ends because just the flood of people popping in is always overwhelming. Good to see you all. Stacks, thank you so much for the shades. I appreciate it. Pam, 2169, good to see you as well. Welcome. Glass Wanda, Ali B. What's shaking, guys? Good to see you. All right. Mr. TZO in the house as well. All right, guys. Well, we're at the top of the hour. Let's get this show underway officially. And hey, Star Walker, good to see you, my friend. And we'll get this show going. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. We addicted, the MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all, I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall, we're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production, Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adel Hero is the power that's controlling the flight. With all you patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they can find. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight. But I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sites? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative that feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replace it with the truth. We know the plan they devised, the creating the youth. Now we're only sending vibes to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful. Then you're gone. But not us. We're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Adol Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adol Nero.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Monday. We're kicking off another week here on 412 Productions. It is February 26th. I can't believe we're pretty much at the end of February already. The time is just disappearing into the ether. But February 26th, 2024, we've got a great panel lined up for you guys today. My OG crew, of course, Tian Homesteader, Drunk Pinata, I believe, will be here shortly after he's finished up his show. Probably just taking a second to unwind and get situated. And of course, we've got Severe joining us on this Monday afternoon. Always exciting to see you, Severe. How's your week going so far, man? Off to a good start, I hope. No, can't hear you.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Had a great show this morning. Shout out to everyone out there in the chat. See you guys. Excellent to see you guys as always. And yeah, great to be here, man. How is your Monday getting kicked off so far, man?
Yeah, so far so good. Productive morning at work. Got lots of stuff done and got lots to talk about today, especially after missing Friday's show. So it's good, man. Good. Having a great start over on my end of things. Same question to you, Tian Homesteader. How's your weekend? How's your week starting off?
Okay. The weekend was fine. It rained this morning, weather report, but it's nice now. I was out there a little while ago, and it was really nice outside. But
Yeah.
no, everything's copacetic. No, nothing to scream about. Gonna go vote tomorrow.
Right on.
Voting early. Tomorrow's the last day of early voting, so I'm gonna go vote tomorrow morning.
Speaking of the weather, you guys know how much I love you all, right? Because it's 65 degrees. There's not a cloud in the sky. And 3 of my best friends are out golfing right now. There's a spot open on their foursome. And here I am sitting with you all ready to do a show. You guys know how much that means I love you all, right? Because you know where my mind's at on a 65-degree day in February. But anyway, I'm just messing around. Tian, it's great to have you aboard, bud.
You better be messing around. there was a hearty fuck you coming your way.
Hardy fuck you. That's the only kind we accept around here.
That's right. After that headline, I hope you show that early.
We're gonna talk about that headline.
That headline was classic. Anyways, go ahead.
Shout out to Starwalker77 celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday, Starwalker. Hope you have an awesome day. Hope you do something fun and enjoy your day, man. All right, let's go take care of the sponsors of today's show, and then we will jump on in to the conversation. We've got Earth Garden Botanicals first. Earth Garden Botanicals up in Montana, run by Jolene. You guys know it well. She's an herbalist and a health coach. She's absolutely brilliant. She makes these products that are fantastic. The white pine needle extract is the newest product. It's basically a concentrate version of the pine needle tea that she sells. Really great for detoxing the body. If you're not feeling well, if you feel like you're getting sick, really good to have in the medicine cabinet, along with the elderberry tonic, also really good to boost your immune system. So the pine needle for the detox, elderberry for the boost to your immune system. Grab some fire cider too if you're feeling sniffly, stuffed up. It'll clear you right up. Then we got the CBD and hemp products that are amazing. All the ingredients for them are locally grown, organically grown on small Montana farms, allowing Jolene to offer an amazing price on really, really high-end CBD. The CBD oil tinctures are full spectrum. They are absolutely delicious. My favorite flavors are the orange ginger bergamot and the huckleberry, but I've tried all of them. They're all very good. Unflavored is good. Peppermint, cherry, cinnamon bliss. You really can't go wrong. There's CBD oil for pets, and it's incredibly effective. And your Delta 8 R&R nighttime gummies to help you get a good night's sleep as well. So go check all these out. There's arnica salve too, a topical cream for your sore joints and muscles. You can get that with or without the CBD infused on in there. So again, a lot of great CBD and hemp products. I mentioned the teas, the sunshine and pine needle tea. There's a few other ones too. So those of you that enjoy a nice cup of tea, go check out either the elderberry, golden potion, or serenity, along with the sunshine and pine needle. All delicious. All do a little something different. I'll let you guys check those out. And then, of course, the critter juice. Man, before we know it, the mosquitoes are going to be out and about and pestering us again. Protect yourself with the Happy Trails critter juice, all natural insect repellent. Smells good, doesn't feel oily and gross. And the best part is it works. I put it up against any other insect repellent out there, and I'll take the critter juice 10 times out of 10. And I'm not just saying that because they're a sponsor. I live and die by this stuff, and it has absolutely changed the game for me during the summers on the golf course, at the campfire, in the woods, wherever I might be, where the mosquitoes are out. This stuff keeps them off me. I hardly ever get bit, and that's a huge, huge change because I used to get destroyed by mosquitoes before Jolene and her wonderful products have come into my life. All these are available for 10% off using promo code 412. So get out there, go check out earthgardenbotanicals.com, load up a cart of all this goodness. Use the promo code again, that's 412 for 10% off your order. And yeah, enjoy. Enjoy them when you get them. You'll absolutely love them. All right. And then also we have Integral Networks, integralnetworks.com. We love Integral Networks, another just wonderful people, total patriots. They're located up in the Northwest. They serve the entire United States. They're a third-party IT provider, helping businesses of all sizes and setup save time, effort, and money on their IT services. And they do that by offering lots of great products and services to help you, whether it's cybersecurity, data backup and recovery. If you're trying to put together a large commercial network, they can walk you through and consult on like the Cisco devices. Not easy to do. They also offer a really cool service called the Integral Secure Workspace. And what that does is basically allows you to set up a virtual workspace for your users on a server, on an Integral Secure server, giving you two major advantages as an IT provider. The first being that all the software applications, you control all of that centrally, since they're logging in and just using a remote environment. You install everything on the environment, on the workspace. They just use it. So it needs updated, changed, uninstalled, reinstalled, whatever it might be. You're not relying on each individual user doing that on their own machine. And the other big advantage, and I think probably the most important one with the Integral Secure Workspace, is your company data. It can live exclusively on the server rather than each individual user carrying it around on their local hard drive, making it way more difficult for that data to be compromised, stolen, or corrupted. So I think that this is a really, really neat way of administering IT. But they do everything, guys. Like anything you would expect a help desk to do in an office setting, Integral Networks will step in there and provide those services. Without you having to build out all the infrastructure, hire all the people, have all the office space set aside to really set up and support a help desk situation. So it's integralnetworks.com. Their phone number, if you want to reach out and inquire, is 916-827-3293, or just visit integralnetworks.com and drop them a line. Let them know that you heard about them here on 412 Productions. So big thank you to the sponsors today. We greatly appreciate both of them, and I really appreciate you guys out there who continue to support our sponsors and continue to tune in to our broadcast. Please, if you're watching on Rumble, hit that thumbs up button for us. And then if you're on pilled.net, do me a big favor, hit that red pill button. Make sure you repost the show. That's that little circular symbol underneath the red and blue pill. And then follow and turn on that alert bell as well. All extremely helpful. When you hit that follow button and turn on the alert bell, you will always be notified when we're going live and hanging out. So if you haven't already followed the channel, please go ahead and do that. And I see Drunk Pinata popping in as well. So we'll welcome him in, see what he's got going on today. And then we'll jump into some of the news coming through over the weekend and late last week since we missed Friday. What's up, Pinata? Happy Monday, buddy. How you doing today?
I'm doing just PG.
Doing just peachy. Awesome. I saw you were live. I tried to tune in for a little bit of your show today, but it was hard for me to focus on it too much. I had a lot of matrix work going on. So what's the word? What's the word in the mainstream media? What are the Marxists whining about today?
Well, they're still edging themselves on the dollar amount that they think Trump's going to pay. So they're just constantly talking about that, saying, "Look at all this. He's going to have to liquidate this, and we're going to seize that." And I'm just like, you're never going to see a penny of this shit. It's like so they're still kind of focusing on that. They're trying to say that because that Trump had a bad showing in South Carolina.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
that he's not the clear nominee, even though it was like 50% of Haley's voters were literally Democrat voters trying to make an FU vote,
And she only
protest
had
vote.
3 counties. And of that, Charleston was the biggest. The other one wasn't, the other two weren't that big of a margin. And she only had 3 delegates because of Charleston.
Three
Yep.
delegates.
3 delegates out of 50.
That's worse than I thought. So we did that little experiment on this spreadsheet last week, and
Yes,
she did worse.
she did worse.
She did worse than I thought I was being generous to Trump with my prediction. I can't remember how many I said she'd get, but it was
43. You said
yeah.
43.
So
I
said
Trump would get 43. So
there was 50 total.
50 total. So yeah,
So half as good as I thought
she underperformed by 4.
Oh man, but she's staying in the race. So what are they saying, Pinata? So they're just saying because it wasn't a 30-point
They say
margin.
that Joe Biden won nearly 100% of the state in his primary. There's no challengers, so
Yeah, well, they're definitely
I'm just
playing.
saying that I'm not saying that it's good logic. I'm just telling you what they're saying.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I know you're not agreeing with anything.
Not even logic, let alone good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that they haven't taken this arrest of this Alexander Smirnov. I mean, the MSNBC is running with it. You have a little bit on CNN, but it's not. I was surprised how long it took Comer to get to a camera, and Jordan as well. That kind of hurt them in a little bit of a sense because he had, especially to the lefty propagandists, but the type of people that are following those type of leftist propaganda like that, you're not going to convince them anyway. So if they needed time to get everything and the messaging straight, fine. But I was surprised they haven't been running with that as much. It seems as though it was just elevating his status just enough so that they could do gaslighting later. So people would be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that got the guy arrested," and then they'll say all this negative shit when they bring it up again. So to gaslight it and make it into a big deal. So this is just one of those ones that they sensationalize for about 24 hours, and then they put it back in the back burner and just wait until they need to use it again. So we'll see what happens there. And it's very clear to me that they did this because James Biden's testimony to the House committee was exactly when that happened, when the arrest happened, and he got to go in there and say, "See, all this shit, it's not true." And then who else is testifying this week? Hunter Biden. So it seems to me that's the only reason why they arrested this guy, and the only reason why they want to keep him in custody. At least, I mean, they rearrested him on the same charges, even though the magistrate judge originally just said, "Yeah, we're going to monitor you. We got an ankle monitor, this and that," and then they made up some bullshit about him having access to $6 million, therefore he's a flight risk. And then the judge in California, where the charges, I guess, were from the special counsel, which, this Hunter Biden special counsel is not a friend, even though he might have been appointed by. It should tell you everything you know. Bill Barr appointed them.
Yeah.
And they used to work or had some sort of a relationship with a previous law firm, so of the Bidens. So there's nobody clean in this thing.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a limited hangout for sure. That Robert Hur investigation.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's great to have you, man. I'm glad you're here, and thank you for the rundown on the mainstream. Let's jump in and talk about the primary and the results from last week or this weekend rather. Trump defeats Haley in South Carolina, her home state. Former President Donald Trump has once again racked up a decisive victory over Republican challenger Nikki Haley. This time, he is running a victory lap around the former South Carolina governor in her home state. The Associated Press called the South Carolina Republican presidential primary election for Trump shortly after polls closed statewide at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. President Trump won the race with 59.8% to Miss Haley's 39.5%, with 98% reporting. There's quote, there's a spirit that I've never seen, President Trump told the supporters in his victory speech at the South Carolina State Fairgrounds in Columbia. The former president said that his campaign is now moving on to focus on defeating President Joe Biden. You're fired, get out, President Trump said. Even before the first tallies were released, Trump campaign spokesman Stephen Chung released a statement Saturday declaring an end to the primary. Quote, the primary ends tonight and it's time to turn to the general election so we can defeat Crooked Joe and his assault on the American people, referring to Democrat President Joe Biden. For many candidates, suffering a loss on home turf could be considered a coup de grace political humiliation. South Carolina GOP Chair Drew Miskissick noted that the Palmetto State has long been considered the graveyard of presidential campaigns. That's for several reasons. Prior to South Carolina's first in the South primary, there are only a handful of other contests for candidates to try to conquer. But post Palmetto candidates must have sufficient finances and manpower to compete nationwide. Therefore, South Carolina typically represents a candidate's last chance to make a good impression on voters and donors before they must run a more complex gauntlet. I'll leave this here. I don't think I need to get into too much more. And we already kind of discussed, where Nikki Haley got her votes and why it was even as close as it was, these open primaries. I still don't understand why the Republican Party allows Democrats to vote in their primaries. It seems dumb. Well, I guess we do know, right? It's a way for them to control who ultimately ends up on the ballot. But Donald Trump trounces Nikki Haley again, this time in her home state. Nikki vows to stay in the race. She's not going anywhere. She's going to stay in through Super Tuesday. I'll let you guys all speculate on the reasons as to why she continues through this ritual of humiliation any longer.
It's the walk of shame. She's used to this. I've been trying to come up with different things. Let's see. Over the weekend, I laid for my show titles. Nikki Haley determined not to let the GOP pull out before she's satisfied. That was one of them. Let's see. The other one was today was Nikki Haley continues to ride the campaign trail at least until Hump Day after Super Tuesday.
Nice.
So I'm glad she's saying it because it gives me practice on writing some sort of clever pun for my show titles.
The pullout one was funny because here's the AF Post. I don't know what the AF Post is, but here is their headline: Cock pulls out of Nikki Haley after Trump creams her in South Carolina primary. I mean, come on, that's so bad.
Bruh.
We're all having fun with this.
I posted that one, and somebody responded saying, "A sloppy headline."
And I know it's pronounced Coke, but I just couldn't help myself, guys.
Yeah, no, you got to admit that's freaking clever. That was clever.
Yeah.
And I want to put that for the record. I did not see this one before I made mine.
Oh man, that's too good. Anyway, here's a little story about that. The billionaire Koch family's libertarian policy advocacy group, and yeah, they're libertarian. Sure. Americans for Prosperity Action has said that it's pulling back its financial backing of GOP presidential candidate Nikki Haley following the former South Carolina governor's performance in her home state's primary on Saturday, in which she trailed former President Donald Trump, the Republican frontrunner, by about 20% of the vote. Americans for Prosperity, or AFP, CEO Emily Seidel said on Sunday that the group's policy arm had decided it was time to take stock of its campaign spending. President Trump received 47 of Carolina's delegates, while Ms. Haley got 3. In a memo to staff, Ms. Seidel said that while AFP Action stands firm behind their endorsement for Nikki Haley, it's time to take stock of where we are and, as we always do, make sure optimizing our resources for maximum impact towards our goals. She said the group would now turn its attention to competitive Senate and House races where we can make the difference. In a tacit acknowledgement of President Trump's commanding support among a majority of voters in the primary, President Trump's performance on February 24th broke records for the most votes of any presidential candidate for any party in South Carolina presidential primary. Ms. Seidel added, given the challenges in the primary states ahead, we don't believe any outside group can make a material difference to widen her path to victory. Doesn't matter how much money you spend, Nikki. It does not matter. You could have every big donor in the world behind you. No one wants anything to do with you. She praised Ms. Haley as a special leader with conviction, resolve, and steel in her spine to jump into a tough race with a narrow path, and wished her well, saying that the PAC would continue to wholeheartedly support her efforts in a run for president, just not financially. Americans deserve a choice for president who brings out the best in our country and who can deliver bold solutions to big challenges, the memo read. AFP last week was criticized by Vivek Ramaswamy, a former GOP candidate who has since pulled out of the race, citing clear support for former President Trump in the early GOP primaries, who questioned why AFP Action was backing Ms. Haley and opposing President Trump. Quote, I think it's very disappointing that that network has thrown its support behind a candidate who does not even stand for the principles they claim to embody, he told the Epoch Times at the time. Mr. Ramaswamy had noted that the AFP staffers had left the PAC for the pro-DeSantis PAC, never backed down over the decision. He lauded Chris Maidment, one such staffer who was fired from by AFP. There's a bit of a typo there. Over comments he made in response to the Haley endorsement. Quote, Nikki Haley is totally sideways on AFP's foreign policy stance. She's anti-free speech, Mr. Maidment wrote on X on December 1st in 2023, in a thread distancing himself from the endorsement. Despite her loss, Ms. Haley vowed to press on with her campaign trail towards Super Tuesday on March 5th, despite having no readily apparent pathway to victory. Quote, I'm not giving up this fight when a majority of Americans disapprove of Donald Trump and Joe Biden, Ms. Haley said in downtown Charleston after the race was called for President Trump. Ms. Haley trails the former president by 61 percentage points in national polling. Her campaign, in large part, been fueled with cash from anti-Trump billionaires, according to federal disclosures. So I think that pretty much says it all. While she's staying in the race, I think this weekend was the death of any real hope Nikki Haley had at being a significant player going forward. And the longer she stays in the race, I think the more she makes herself untouchable in the future. She's only going to further and further piss off the MAGA and grassroots base the longer she stays in the race. And unless she's planning on switching parties to being a Democrat, she's not going to have any political future in the Republican Party with her current trajectory. So, open up to the panel your thoughts on the election over the weekend, the path forward, and anything I read there. Jump on in.
Political had another article that was being generous to her, saying they were giving her a 16% performance rate. Which, and they looked into the polls as well as the way that the delegates are allotted in the forthcoming states, mainly the Super Tuesday states and territory, because there's 15 states, one territory on Super Tuesday, and they said she's got no path to victory. And right now, I'm looking at her performance, and she's at 13.38. And that,
13.
yeah, she's when you look at the five primaries and caucuses that have been held, the total number of votes or delegates that she obtained, and of course the first one, Iowa, was a little bit skewed because you got 9 DeSantis and 3 Ramaswamy. But even at that, taking that into consideration, she's only getting 13%, 13.38% of the delegates across all the five. She was shut out in 2. She got 20% on the first, 41% on the second, shut out on the third, the fourth, and 6% on this last one of South Carolina. Trump's running at 80.62%.
Yeah, so the margin of delegates is even far greater than he's polling, or than he's actually winning these primary elections. So
Yeah, he's got right now. He's got 110 pledged delegates. That's what that means, and she's got 20.
Yeah, that's a bloodbath.
So, and by the end of Super Tuesday, if she continues with the current trend, she'll have 170 delegates to Trump's 1,015.
I think Super Tuesday will probably when she officially hangs up.
Well, you're gonna have some interesting things. You're right, and you have some interesting things coming out. The one to look at, which will probably affect, but not that much, but it'll affect the performance, is Washington D.C. That's also a Super Tuesday. Actually, that's March 3rd, Washington D.C. Missouri is, but it only has 19 delegates, Washington D.C. So the big one to look at is California for Super Tuesday, and Texas. They are 161, 169 and 161 respectively, delegates. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now the way that if she sticks through, which I doubt seriously, because at this point, come Arizona, come Florida, which will be interesting. Trump will seal the deal with 1,247 delegates, if based on the current performance, right? Obviously, things can change, but based on the current performance, Trump will seal the nomination by Florida. And at that point, and projecting out even for her if she stays through all 50 states and territories, right, she'll only have 326 delegates total. So there's no path. The only path she's got is Trump somehow is prevented from being the nominee, or if in essence being elected. Let's say that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. She's already dead in the water. I think she's being forced to stay in this race by handlers. She's doing nothing for her political future. And now with these major donors dropping out, I don't even understand the financial advantage to continuing on this path of punishment. Donald Trump made fun of her too for losing the Koch network. Says Americans for No Prosperity just announced that they are no longer supporting Nikki Braindead Birdbrain Haley. The former president wrote, Charles Koch and his group got played for suckers right from the beginning. So I don't know if they got played for suckers, or we know the Koch brothers are big donors to the Rhino establishment end of the party. They are the anti-Trump financiers. So I don't know if they're played for suckers. I think that they just had to put the resources somewhere. There wasn't going to be Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis dropped out. So now you have all you have left was really Birdbrain. But even the Koch brothers know when to cut bait for a useless asset like Nikki Haley. So Donald Trump having some fun with that for sure. All right. And then you have this. I thought was worth playing. here's Lindsey Graham getting booed at Donald Trump's victory speech. And again, I'll play this and we can talk about it a little bit. Here it is.
Another man, not a lot of people know him. He doesn't do too much television. He happens to be a little bit further left than some of the people on the stage. But I always say, when I'm in trouble on the left, I call up Lindsey Graham and he straightens it out so fast. And I'll tell you, no, remember. I love him. He's a good man. Come up here, Lindsey. Come up here, Lindsey. Come here.
Okay, are you ready? America, the nightmare you're facing is just about over. Help is on the way. This is the most qualified man to be president of the United States. And let it be said that South Carolina created the biggest political comeback in American history.
Did he sound drunk?
Maybe a little bit.
He sounded drunk.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't pick up on that, but you're not wrong. He did sound a little slurred.
Particularly in the beginning, you know, that kind of,
Yeah.
right? Until you get into a role.
What? Yeah. Why does Donald Trump continue to parade this loser out? I mean, he's been damn near booed off the stage in his hometown. Even we've seen this a few times.
Because the people that have been there the longest have the leverage on the other people, and his vote maybe brings in 7, 8 others. You know what I mean?
Control of the Senate, yeah. Meaning, from a perspective of having him on a shorter leash is more advantageous, as the old saying goes, enemies closer.
So, I mean, yeah, but so if he doesn't do this, and then what, out of spite? Because I mean, think about how far Lindsey Graham has moved from when Trump was running, when he was president, and until now. He'll do anything Trump says.
Yeah, because it'll be literally his ass if he doesn't.
I mean, he went on Stephen Colbert, I remember, and they were talking about Lindsey was like, this man cannot be president. Like, he was like doing all the different rounds on TV, all the different things, and saying this cannot happen. I mean, in the mainstream news media, they'll play clips all the time of when he's in the news, you know, on the left, and show how what he said during that Colbert interview, and then what he says now.
Severe, what do you think, man? Why does Donald Trump continue to drag Lindsey Graham around with him everywhere he goes? Do you have any thoughts?
I think I would probably have to agree with Pinata. I mean, I don't see any other reason as to why. There's no other logical reason for doing so. I mean, the guy's just completely dead weight and is just an evil son of a bitch. So it's just playing the game, man. At the end of the day, politics is a game. You got to play certain parts and certain roles in order to achieve what you're trying to do. So I get it, but it's just gross, dude.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem with Lindsey Graham, it's not even the flip-flopping on Donald Trump, because he went from anti-Trump in 2016 to, you know, all about MAGA, and, you know, while Donald Trump was in office. And then he sat on the head of the Judiciary Committee in the Senate and did absolutely nothing. And when he could have been having hearings on Spygate and all that, he kind of stalled for the 2 years he was there. After J6, he went on, I'm done with MAGA, I'm done with Donald Trump, you know, was his basic messaging, and now he's all about Donald Trump again. But that's not even my problem with Lindsey Graham. My problem with Lindsey Graham is he's a fucking war hawk, man.
Exactly. That's my biggest issue with him too.
Yeah, like he's a John Bolton level fucking war hawk. So that's my problem with him. And for such an anti-war guy like Donald Trump, someone who's trying to make the world a more peaceful place, a more prosperous place, with less killing, less mindless death, to be sitting there saying, I love Lindsey Graham. It just seems so antithetical for everything else that I know he stands for. So I assume you guys are right. All of you are right. And it's about playing the game, about maybe some of the influence Lindsey Graham has over a few other establishment oriented senators. I don't know. Maybe that's the case, but he's such a snake, and he's
Well,
not
well,
even
he even said it in his reasoning, right? He said, I need this guy when I need to help with the left."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you're right. Like, he did just kind of
It,
straight up.
it also shines a light on Graham because now, if he's standing there supporting Trump, and he comes out saying, "Yeah, let's go bomb Russia," that puts him at odds, right?
Yeah,
So he'll either have to keep his mouth shut or be ousted, in a sense, ostracized within the America First. And he's not coming up for election this cycle, but he's next cycle he is.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Donald Trump rallies for him in 2026. Uh, I guess a lot will depend on what he does between now and then, but interesting stuff there with Lindsey Graham. Um, but I think you guys are right. I think it's one of those don't cut off your nose despite your face situations. You know, keep him as an asset if you think he could serve a purpose in the future, if you think he can provide value, if you think that he can help push something that you want done over the finish line at some point, you keep him, on that leash, you keep him around. Uh
But he
you know,
is likely the next potential replacement from a seniority perspective of McConnell.
and that just can't happen. That
It
just
depends
cannot
on
happen.
how much control Trump has.
Yeah.
Uh, After the election, how much control Trump has, because it all depends on what Trump does and how tenuous the situation is. And if he's got Graham by the balls, small as they may be, he's still that's a lot of control that then he would have.
Here's my only problem with that is once they get into those leadership positions, they never fucking leave. I mean, Mitch McConnell's been in that position for far too long.
Yeah, but that means he
Trump's
gets
only gonna,
reelected.
Donald Trump's only going to be around for 4 more years. Um,
But that
you know,
assumes he gets reelected.
Lindsey Graham.
Yes.
I mean, unless he gets primaried, which I find to be highly unlikely.
Well, we
Uh,
don't know. See, that's the whole thing. It come to after this election, there's going to be a major pivot, and the question is going to be: do the snakes go to go to their hole and hide, or are they removed? That's the magic thing that's going to happen between, in my opinion, between this election and the 26th cycle.
hmm. No, I could totally see where you're coming from.
Based on what we see today, I'm with you, but I don't think what the terrain is going to be, the topography is going to be the same after this election.
I mean, that's a fair point. I have no idea what it is. I agree. The next 12 months are going to kind of reshape a lot of things. So the conversation we have now about that period in the future, it's hard to have because we just don't know what the landscape is going to look like, right? So that point is very well taken.
As a
Um,
judgment, I would say let's look at how Graham talks about the money that the Senate has now is put into the House's hands for Ukraine. If Graham goes quiet or tacit, right?
mhm.
Support versus aggressive support, like in the past. So if I think we'll get a hint as to him seeing handwriting on the wall if he starts going quiet on money for Ukraine. Because the one that's promoting it right now is Victoria Nuland. Nuland is the one that's talking it big. Not much. I haven't seen any clips or anything like that from on this current pass at money to Ukraine from Graham. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting that he's been kind of quiet about that. So maybe that's a sign that he is kind of under the thumb, so to speak, of President Trump.
And to be fair, I'm not saying that Trump has him controlled as much as the situation is controlling him. The
Right.
situation of Trump being the leader, Trump almost presumably unstoppable other than through lawfare, unstoppable from the elections perspective. So the handwriting, again, that's the handwriting on the wall that I'm speaking of. It's like, oh my God, yeah, I better play along or it's my ass.
Yep. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. The situation itself can have him very weighed down in what he's comfortable doing or saying. So
Yeah.
no, it's all very interesting dynamics at play here when it comes to some of these establishment people that have been around for a long time and their relationship with Donald Trump, who's trying to kind of revamp the party into an America First powerhouse. The give and take there, the back and forth. It's all very, very fascinating. Speaking of other big news here happening, breaking today, Ronna McDaniel officially announces resignation as RNC chair. This is the news I've been waiting for a long time. I know many of you guys have as well. So we are down to the final McFailure and Mitch McConnell. Hopefully his day is coming soon. Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel announced on Monday that she will step down from her role on March 8th. Quote, I have decided to step aside at our spring training on March 8th in Houston to allow our nominee to select a chair of their choosing, Ms. McDaniel said in a statement. I remain committed to winning back the White House and electing Republicans up and down the ballot in November. In addition to Ms. McDaniel's RNC co-chair, Drew Miskissick said he would also leave. Ms. McDaniel has been the RNC chair since 2017. She was the committee's longest serving leader since the Civil War. Former President Donald Trump, who is undoubtedly the leader of the Republican Party, endorsed North Carolina GOP chair Michael Whately after Ms. McDaniel's resignation was widely reported. Quote, I think my friend Michael Whately should be the RNC's next leader. Michael has been with me from the beginning. He's done a great job in his home state of North Carolina and is committed to election integrity, which we must have to keep fraud out of our election so it can't be stolen, Mr. Trump said in a statement on February 12th. The former president also endorsed his daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, to be RNC co-chair. Ms. Trump said later in an exclusive interview with the Epoch Times that she will launch the largest ever legal ballot harvesting operation if she's elected. Quote, we need to have the biggest legal ballot harvesting operation this country has ever seen, she said. It feels for a long time like the Democrats have been playing chess and we've been playing checkers. Yeah, that's an understatement. Her goal is for the Republican Party to be the opposite, to be steps ahead of them and on our toes and ahead of the game and facing forward the whole time. Besides Ms. Whately and Ms. Trump, the former president also endorsed Chris Lafsavita as the chief operating officer of RNC. Mr. Lafsavita is a senior advisor to Mr. Trump 2024 campaign. He will manage the RNC's day-to-day operations, so it will become a fighting machine for 2024 and use all the tools available to win for the American people, Mr. Trump said. I think I could leave this here for now, but this is, I think, great news, guys. We've had, the same three kind of trifecta of failure leading the RNC. Kevin McCarthy taken out by Matt Gaetz and a few other brave Republicans with the help of the Democrats, ironically. I think that the irony in that is just beautiful. Ronna McDaniel goes down next, and that just leaves Mitch McConnell in the Senate for now, and it looks like he's going to be around for a bit longer, unfortunately. But as far as getting out the vote, as far as how resources are being distributed and used, this is big. This is big. Ronna McDaniel was incredibly inefficient. She was incredibly corrupt. That money went to things that were not helpful to the Republican voters at all. The RNC was way behind in tactics. and just overall strategy when it comes to getting votes out and winning elections. It needed updated, revamped, fresh blood, new ideas. And I think that, you know, a change in leadership is going to play huge in 2024. So I'm very, very excited about this. Do you guys have anything you want to add to Ronna McDaniel's ousting as the Republican or the RNC chair?
It's interesting that both co-chairs are leaving. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, it's a total changing of the guard.
Yep.
You know, there should be, you know, 5 or 6 dozens even Scott Presslers, you know, trained and operating in every state simultaneously. There's no reason why you couldn't do that if you allocate your resources properly.
Correct.
Because one kid is doing by himself on his own budget, right?
Particularly now with all the willing participants.
Yeah, you should have an army of Scott Presslers out there just
Yep.
maximizing on the vote using data. Like micro targeting different demographics of voter based on voting history and whatnot. I think there's a huge opportunity that I say we, I mean the Republican Party has really not taken advantage of. So I think that this could be absolutely huge for 2024. Not just electing Donald Trump, but think about the House races, the state governments, the Senate. This could really kind of be that little extra push that gets you from a small majority in some of these places to much stronger majorities, more America First candidates getting the support of the RNC, more election integrity lawyers on the scene, on site in these battleground states on election night. I mean, we went 48 hours almost, after these giant ballot drops in 2020 before you had any response from Republican leadership in the RNC. Way too much damage was done before they even tried to stop the bleeding from what was happening.
And the down ballot is going to be key, and not only in this cycle, but also in 26, to maintain the momentum after Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the new leadership, particularly an America First leaning leadership, will come in handy.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's very, very, very true. All right, I have something here I want to read to you guys. I started reading this before the show. I stumbled upon it, and then I got like a third of the way through, and I said, "Screw it, I'm just going to save it." But Brian Cates did a long thread here, basically a little mini article on Twitter on how he feels about the ousting of Ronna McDaniel. It looks pretty interesting, so we'll go through that together. Plus, got a bunch of updates on Jack Smith, Fannie Willis, Robert Hur. I think there's some Alvin Bragg news and some updates on appeals and different things going on in the legal realm for Donald Trump. So I want to get to all that in the second half, which will be exclusively on pilled.net. But I want to play a quick video here for you guys showing off some of the new features on pilled.net before we make the move over. I'll do this in lieu of our normal video that we play when we do this, and then we'll jump over. Make that transition, and continue on with the second half of the show. So if you guys want to watch hour number 2, please come find us on pilled.net. I'll put the link in the chats for you guys, in the Rumble chat and the DLive chat. It's also in the Rumble description underneath the stream. If you guys want to find it that way, or just simply go to pilled.net and find us over at 412 Productions. It's not hard. Anyway, check this out. This is a little tutorial video thrown together by the team.
On for the Welcome to the latest update on Pilled.net. We're thrilled to introduce enhancements aimed at making your content discovery experience easier and more personalized than ever before. Finding your favorite content is now simpler. Your followed accounts will appear at the top of the page. Customize your filters by clicking See More to tailor your feed to your preferences. Make sure to turn notifications on for the content you never want to miss. Stay up to date with live and upcoming events, ensuring you never miss a moment of what matters to you here on the homepage in the Live Global section. Discovering content by category is now effortless with our new category bar. Instantly access news, music, gaming, and more with just a click. Explore trending topics, news, memes, and more. Our redesigned side navigation offers all the familiar features in an updated, more user-friendly layout, ensuring seamless navigation across the platform. Don't forget to click See More in each section to set your custom filters and tailor your content viewing experience to your liking. Our categories and customizable filters keep the content you want right in front of you. At Pilled, we're dedicated to continually advancing and enhancing our platform to provide you with the best features on a free speech platform. Should you have any questions or require assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through email at support@pilled.net or by direct messaging Pilled admin. Pilled.net. Free speech lives here.
Well done. I find it on the voiceover there, man. That was good stuff. But yeah, the Pilled is looking sleek. It is updated. It is cleaned up. It has taken a major step forward. So if you haven't checked it out, now is a great time to go and get yourself familiar with our grassroots free speech platform, guys. It's everything we've always wanted in a live streaming platform, in a social media site. No hate speech clauses, no nonsense in the terms and service, no big tech infrastructure, no big corporate influence. It's everything, as an America First patriot who's been through the free speech or the censorship nightmares that we've all been through. This right here is it's our little oasis. So please come check it out if you haven't already. Come be a part of the Pilled.net family. Make an account, even if you just have it as a backup in case these other ones end up going down. You will not regret it. Again, Pilled.net. We're 412 Productions over there, but you will find many of your favorites with accounts and putting their content up there, so you'll feel right at home. All right, guys. Last opportunity to hop over because I am about to turn off these other platforms right about now. So jump on over to Pilled.net. If not, no worries. I really appreciate you guys tuning in over on Rumble, DLive, Odyssey, Cloud Hub, YouTube, and Twitter. If this is where we say goodbye for the evening, have a great rest of your Monday. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time for an installment of Taco Tuesday. Yes, Taco Tuesday. The name was created by Delia over on Pilled. Pretty clever. So we'll be looking forward to taking your calls and listening to some music with you guys for a couple hours tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But again, this is where we say goodbye to all of those other platforms.